Hello everyone. In this lecture we will learn about inheritance. Inheritance is the most important concept in a programming language. It allows to reuse the existing code. So the basic idea behind is we don't want to write the code again which is already written and reuse that features and properties which is there in the class. So in inheritance we derive the features of one class to another class so that we can save the time and resources. In real world, a child get the properties and features of the parent, but in the programming, because we have a code here, so we will get the coding here. Now let's see here. This class is already written, and from this class we will get all the features and properties to another class. So that is a concept here, and this class is known as superclass, or sometimes we can call it base class or parent class. And the class which derived get the properties, that is known as subclass or derived class or child class. So you can see here class A. From class A we derive all the properties and features to class B so that we don't have to write it again. So reusability is the basic idea behind the inheritance. Let's see the different types of inheritance. Here you can see single inheritance. When a class is derived from one superclass, that is a single inheritance. And multi-level, when a class is derived from a superclass that is again derived from another superclass, that is a multi-level inheritance. And here you can see multiple, when a class is derived from multiple classes, that is multiple inheritance. These are different types of relation. Even we have a hybrid when we combine these type of different inheritance. But then why we need inheritance? Like, what is the use? Now if you see any big companies, their products or service, they keep updating the product. For example, WhatsApp, Facebook, Gmail, or you can take an example, Twitter. They keep updating, adding the new features and maybe removing the old features. So we cannot modify the existing class because that class may be used by in several places. So what is the best idea? For example, here this class may be used in so many places. So instead of overriding this, modifying this, what I'll do, I'll create a new class, and what extra features are required I can write there, but at the same time I want the old features. So with the help of inheritance we get those features and add here. In another scenario where we know that okay, these kind of features will be there, but we are not sure how it will be implemented. So in that case also we can use inheritance. We can create a class and add the functions there, but we or let the user who derived that class to override the features. So there are different scenarios where we can use inheritance. Let's see one example. Here I'll create a class person, and let me just pass it, and I'll create another class employee. And here in this parentheses we have to specify from where it will get the properties and features. So this employee class is getting the properties and features from the person class. Let's pass it. Now you can see on the left side here, this is subclassed by employee. So whenever we subclass, it will show here. Now let's create one instance of employee class, and here employee. Now we have seen that is instance method. There is one more useful method. See, that is subclass. So we can check whether it's a subclass or not. For example, here employee is a subclass of person. So let's test it. Here I'll print. So it will return true. Run it and see. So employee is a subclass of person, but reverse is not possible. But let's change it to now person is not derived from employee, so this will return false. Now in Python, all the classes by default are derived from object class. So object is the first class in Python. So let's understand that. Now here you can see E1. So if I type here E1 dot, see here object, these special methods are coming from object class. What I'll do here, I'll add here a test method. Let's pass it. Now we know that when we press object instance name and dot, it will show the methods and properties. You can see a test which is from employee. But then what are these things, from where it is coming? You can see here on the right side class name, it is coming from object class. One of the useful method which we already know is init for initialization, and this method is written in this object class. So what is this object class? By default, all the classes are derived from this object class. Object class is the first class in Python, and they provide the common functionality which every class is required, like initialization, convert to a string, or these operators we can add to object, we can multiply, or we can compare. So all these features are there. Now it's up to us how we want to override it. So we will see all these things in coming lecture, but here remember, all the classes by default are derived from object class. Now let's test it. So is subclass, let's change here. See, this person is a subclass of object or not. So you will get true here, and see here true. This person is a subclass of object class. Now let's test for employee. Employee is a subclass, yes, true. Even you can test for this int. Int is a class, and see integer, int class is also derived from object class, or maybe float. So now from here you can understand this. By default we are using inheritance, right? Till now we have done all the programs, but without knowing we are actually using inheritance. And now we'll see how to write the code where we have own classes and example. We can create our own example of inheritance. So inheritance is the most important concept and most powerful concept.